Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our IN.FORM Coaches webinar today. My name is Shandy Hatfield, and I work here at Nature Sunshine's home office with our IN.FORM program, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. We have a really great topic. This is something we've talked a lot about here at home office and have heard from many of you have expressed interest. We are going to talk about doing IN.FORM in a virtual setting. So let's go ahead and, let me go back, get started. So if you have any questions as we go along, feel free to type those comments or questions into the little question box on your panel. We'll make sure to take some time at the end of today's webinar to address those. So the agenda of what we're going to cover today, we're going to go over kind of the purpose of why we're doing virtual IN.FORM and how to get digital, filling your groups, introductory meeting, follow-up, what you can do specifically for the modules, how you incorporate the BIOTRACKER, and how just to really keep it fun and engaging. So without too much here at the beginning, let me just introduce the presenter and we'll just jump right into it. We've got a lot of really great content to cover. So we have Judy Platna joining us. She is from Dubuque, Iowa. She's an area manager, and she's really been involved with the IN.FORM program pretty close to the beginning and has lots of experience doing groups in person. She's also done virtual groups and has found lots of different ways to make it work. She has a lot of coaches underneath her that she's also helped to get up and going, whether they're doing actual groups in person or they're doing things in a virtual setting. So she's really the perfect person to talk about this topic. So welcome, Judy. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you for having me on here today, Shandy. I am excited to get to the bottom of what's holding some of our coaches out there back. And if it's distance, well, we've got a solution, and we are going to cover that together today.
Okay, perfect. I've given you control of the presentation, so we'll take it away, Judy.
Okay, here we go. So I just want to touch base with you all today and get talking about why we're doing this. And part of it is maybe what's holding you back is the people you have interested aren't able to come to town and see you week after week. So how else can you reach them? And Shandy's right. I've been with IN.FORM since almost the beginning. And from there, I had to get creative. Remember, I didn't have all the tools and that you guys have in your hands today. So I had to come up with solutions on my own. And some of them I still put into practice, and other ones I've modified as time has gone by. So you can be, back at the beginning, if I had someone that could not come to town to do IN.FORM, I did it over the telephone. I got their phone number. They paid me the same amount of money as if they were coming to town. And once a week, I scheduled a time to give them a call and cover a module and answer their questions. And away we went. So you can still do it that way, but because of technology, we do have other avenues to use through online. So we'll cover that today. So why we're doing this, like I said, to coach people who can't travel, to reach people who have busy schedules, to keep meeting continuity during poor weather. What a bummer in the beginning when I had people on a roll and along came a holiday where we couldn't get together, or along came a snow day where we had to cancel a meeting, and those people just missed out on that accountability and that information for the week. Well, not anymore. I am able to reach them virtually. It's a way to connect millennials who are digitally savvy. And, millennials, we think of them as the youngins, but I'm about 40-ish. I'm under that, but I consider myself one of the millennials who's just become, through self-taught, how to be digitally savvy because it saves so much time. It also extends your reach and expands your business, and it provides a location flexible to meet your needs. So you can, today I'm teaching actually from home because I haven't made it into the shop yet because of icky weather. So I can still reach you guys. Even though I didn't go to work yet today, I can reach you right here from my home. How wonderful is a webinar, especially if you're missing it right now because you couldn't tune in at this specific time. How neat that we are able to record this and Shandy puts it on the Facebook page and you're all able to watch it at your leisure. That's what we're wanting to do for our IN.FORM participants. So we have a variety of tools now to hold these virtual meetings. There's Facebook. You can FaceTime. You can use Skype. There's an app out there called Join Me, or there's one called Zoom. And the best software is the one that you'll use. Just like the best exercise is the one that you'll do, the best stress management is the one that you'll enjoy. Same thing. And a lot of these things, the only way you learn is just by doing it. You have my permission to get in there and play around with one of these avenues and figure out which one is the best tool for you. Some are completely free and some are $30 a month. This webinar will apply to any of these modalities that you want to use, but I will be a bit specific today about Facebook because if you don't know me by now, let me tell you, that is my jam. All right, so let's talk about a Facebook business page versus a Facebook group. I am hoping that every one of you on here is on Facebook. If you're not, you're honestly missing out. You don't need to use it socially if you don't want to, but for business purposes, there's a lot of benefits to being on Facebook. So if you haven't already, set up a Facebook business page where you can put as much business content as you like. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, on your personal Facebook page, you want that to be 80% all about you and your family and all the fun that you have, and 20% drop a little notes about business there. But on a business page, you can be all business without being annoying. Now, besides a page, we're going to talk about a Facebook group. This is something that you open up and you can call it, Judy's IN.FORM or whatever you like. Give it a fun name so that people are easy to find it. And this is where you put your interested parties that want to do IN.FORM and that have enrolled to do IN.FORM with you, okay? So this is your people that are already committed to being your students, okay? That's what this Facebook group is going to be about. So using Facebook Live is a great way to broadcast the meeting. If you're on our IN.FORM Coaches Forum, you've seen me there pop in live and just give you a big old pitch about health to home parties or whatever. You hit the little camera button and you share some information is what you do. Now, if you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, the Coaches IN.FORM Forum, you need to friend Ginger Sunshine on Facebook and she will add you to that group. Okay, so once you're in there, that is our Facebook group with all the coaches that are coaching across the country that are on Facebook and have joined that group, and we are able to share tips and tricks and ask questions and get the support that we need. Okay, so when you go live, followers can receive notifications when you go live so that they can tune in, and you can ask them to tap the follow button on live videos. How you do this is you go to the section that says what's on your mind at the top of your news feed. You select live video from the drop-down menu. You add a description and choose your audience before hitting the button Go Live. This red icon on the top left corner indicates that you are live and a number of current viewers. So you can see who is watching you. And I'm telling you, they really appreciate when you say their name, like, hey, Shandy, I see you're on here with me. Hope you're having a great day. The video then is published to the page or to your profile or in this group so that the people can come and watch it again later. You are able to remove it. So if you want to, if it's old content, not relevant anymore, you can take it off of there. If you're using a page, you can apply control and customization to the video to customize your audience. Broadcast can last past an hour if needed, and that's why it's an amazing tool for coaching IN.FORM virtually, is that you can go over an hour if needed. I will advise you to keep it short and sweet, but if you have a group that is really participating and asking questions, you want to stick around and get them answered for them, of course. So the Facebook Live, that is a way to reach an audience. Now, to fill that group, that Facebook group, that virtual group, or that webinar group, whatever tool you want to use, you may want to send out an invite. You can use your email, you can use Facebook Messenger, you can text people that you know and invite them. Hey, I'm going to be doing something virtually. It's going to be happening on Thursday, the 11th at noon. You don't want to miss it. Learn how to lower your metabolic age. It's a pathway that's holistic to great health. Get fun there. You can select that date and time that works best for most people. So lunch is good, after dinner is good. If you're recording, you don't have to be so tricky about it, in the sense that if it's just a little promo video, it can be done at any time because it's recorded. You want to confirm the attendees several days before the event. So texting them, social media works good, and send out additional reminders the day of the event so that they can be there, so that they don't forget. When you have these interested people, so you send out the invitation, they reply, the most important piece is to get their contact information, name, address, email address, phone number. You need to be able to follow up, and you need to be able to get a hold of these people. That way you can get them registered to be in your group. If you want to collect payment from them, that's the time to do so. And then everybody's ready to go and ready to be coached. So before you have a meeting, you want to do a trial run, maybe with friends or family, just to practice. And like I said, you're going to learn just by doing this. So if something is holding you back, maybe it's you don't have a plan. Well, I'm giving you one today. I'm giving you a plan. You need to practice it. And then maybe you need a partner. Okay, so if it's too scary, too overwhelming, you don't understand, you just want someone to hold you accountable, partner up. It could be with your spouse, a digitally savvy, nephew, niece, next door neighbor, one of your participants that wants to do this virtually. Ask them to help. So find a partner, take hold of this plan, and let's jump into action. So prepare your meeting discussion topics. You want to give them an overview of what IN.FORM is. You want to talk about the microbiome and why it's so important. You want to cover, you want to have ready the meal plan and the exercise plan that you want to present, and tell them why we're supplementing. So if you don't know the answer to those questions, you better learn very quickly. Read through your IN.FORM book because it's all spelled out there in your coach's manual. So review your coach's manual, know your stuff so that when you start doing your meeting, you don't feel so nervous, okay? So cover the basics. We have some great packages that Nature Sunshine just put together for us, and I am seeing the benefits of them, being able to offer them already, even in consultations with myself and my new coaches starting off their new programs. January is an amazing month. It's a gift. Everybody's mindset is focused on feeling better, and where they feel the ill is in their gut. They're bloated and they're uncomfortable and they've gained weight over the holidays. So January is a gift, and then Nature Sunshine went ahead and gave us these good, better, best packages, which is just icing on the cake, if you'll let me say that. So why I like to promote these is because I am better at giving than I am at receiving, and I feel like putting someone on our good, better, or best plan is an opportunity to give them a deal. Don't we love giving people specials or being able to save them money? I did a consultation yesterday, signed up a new member with the package. She was able to save 10%, the better package. Adding on a few targeted care items that she also needed got her over the dollar amount for me to be able to apply the winter, WINTER promotion, which saved her $30 off her order. So besides her 10% off package, her $30 in savings, I felt like it was a great time to jumpstart this new person into IN.FORM because I was giving her such a great deal. It felt wonderful. So review these options. I always present the best option first because of the clinical study. So if they are perfect candidate to reverse cardio, metabolic dysfunction, okay, blood sugar balancing, blood pressure, cholesterol, lots of weight to lose, and they want the clinical results, you've got to go with the best package. That's the way that I pitch it. We are going with a metabolic transformation that requires change for improved health, and which product options will help them achieve their goals faster. They always want it faster. They're always happy with 4 pounds or 6 pounds after a month or two, but they wish it was more. Okay, maybe we should upgrade you from your good package you started with to the best, okay? Alrighty, so this introductory meeting, when it's virtual, you want the introductory one possibly to be more like a open house, as if you were going to have people come, stop by, gather a little information, and decide if they want to participate. If that is so, this event is going to be public on Facebook, if that's the modality that you're going to use. Now, if you're going to get into some details there for that introduction, if you're going to get into details of the food plan and you're going to get into details where you're coaching them, you want that to be a private event, okay? So watch when you're setting things up, whether they're public or private, so that you're not giving the whole world your knowledge without them registering for it, okay? So write that down, public versus private, and pay attention there, okay? So let's just say we've got our 5 people registered, and we're going to start in our Facebook group with these 5 people. We're going to start tonight, and they're there, everybody's on, and you hit that go live button, okay? So I'm going to welcome them. I'm going to congratulate them for choosing to do IN.FORM, to putting themselves first. I'm so happy that they're there. If I happen to know the people, I will introduce them. If I don't know them, I'll say, hey, Sally, would you like to tell me one thing about yourself? And we'll just share here so that everybody feels like they've got a friend right here on Facebook supporting them. You can play an introductory icebreaker game like, hey, Sally, what's your favorite Christmas song that you were in love with but now sick of hearing? You know, just a fun little trivia question. This can also be done before the meeting in that group if you want, by posting little messages there to engage their activity before you go live. Then we want to provide an IN.FORM overview using Nature Sunshine's resource library, why the program was created, what it does, how it transforms. You want to cover the holistic approach. You know that it takes coaching and it takes mindset and it takes more than just products. Even though our products are clinically proven, it's going to take a little more. And part of it is you being on here in this group. It takes accountability, so good for you. You want to share some of the clinical results and some of the testimonies that Nature Sunshine has provided in the resource library. If I forget to mention it, I'm going to throw that in right now, that Shandy has uploaded a PDF, and then you can click on it and print that out and keep that handy because that's where all those resources are. Alrighty, and then share the IN.FORM product options, saying, if you have not ordered already, here are the product options that we are going to work with. There's a good package, a better package, and a best package. If you're able to play those games on there, you can give samples away as prizes by just dropping them in the mail to people. If they're within reach, you could have them swing by and grab them from you. But share the role of each product in the program. And other ways I've done it is I have been able to get them registered. I've been able to order the product and it's already at their door. So I can already say, okay, in front of you, what has come are shakes and probiotics and berberine. Let me explain those to you and how you're going to use them. Okay, and then find out what questions they have and answer them. Now, is it scary if you are live and you don't know the answer? No, it's not. Do you know why? Because people will respect you if you are honest with them. And this is your answer. You know what? I'm not 100% on that, so I'm going to find out, and I'm going to follow up and put the answer right here on this, in this group, the minute I have it, because I've got Nature's Sunshine and they will answer this for me, and I will make sure that I get the question answered for you in a day or two. Just give me a little time and I'll get to the bottom of it. And I'm telling you, that's how I started. Humble as can be. I did not know everything, if I knew anything, but you know, I had a team. I had my mentors above me, and I had Nature's Sunshine that I could use as a resource. And I just got the answer and gave it to them as soon as I had it. And they loved that about me, that we are learning and we are human too. So don't sweat it if you don't know everything. So what we do is we explain to this group that we're doing this virtually. You guys, this education and this support is here for you. We're going to help each other transform lives. We are going to help you adopt this program and these new habits and help you adhere to them so you never have to do that yo-yo dieting thing anymore. You're able to at any time post questions here, and if I don't answer it quick enough, maybe one of our past participants will, and that this is a very safe, private space to grow and learn with no judgments here. We ask each participant, if not beforehand, if they'd like to share how the program might benefit them. You know, what are you looking for? Are you looking for, skin to improve? Are you looking for hormones to balance? Are you looking for that gut to be less irritated? Find out what they expect from the program and how you can to help them to achieve that goal. Also letting them know about Sunshine Rewards. That is always the best option. Whenever there's a nice promo with Nature's Sunshine, I post it to the group, letting them know that, hey, there's a sale, there's free shipping today. However, if you're already on Sunshine Rewards, that is always the best option. It is always the best deal. And if they're going to be with you for 13 weeks and they're going to be ordering at least $100 or more, it just makes sense to offer them the Sunshine Rewards program. Then in your group, record, take a look at your reports on your back office and record who did order, because you want to follow up with them. I see you've placed your order. Did you receive your products? Okay, they should be on the way in about 3 to 5 days. Oh, you did receive them. Great. Do you have any questions? Have you opened them up? I'm not kidding you. I've coached long enough that I'm not surprised anymore, but it did surprise me forever. How many times I would ask my participants what they thought of their products and they didn't open them yet. Why? They're the same people, I swear, that get a gift certificate and they wait for it to expire if they ever use it. I'm telling you, if I get something in the mail, I open it immediately. If I'm given a gift card, I spend it the next day. I just must be a different being than some other people, right? They're not wrong, but we need to encourage them. Okay, well, you spent good money on your products and they're sitting there in front of you. Let's open that box together and pull it out. And let me tell you how to use it, okay? They will not work if they are just sitting there in the box. And then you tell the group when the next meeting date is going to be. Maybe you've agreed on a set time every week, or maybe you ask those 5 people, hey, I know we did tonight at 5 o'clock, but is there a better time for you guys next week? And just figure it out, or you stick to the time that you picked. Tell them to expect the first module, and you're going to have them review it before the next meeting. Okay, so that's how the introduction goes. Now to follow up from that meeting, you want to make sure everybody's purchased product, and that's where that contact information has become so important. So give it a day or two, and then follow up and say, do you need any help ordering? I would be happy to help you choose products. I'd be happy to order them for you and have them sent right to your door. Share the first module with them, and you can do that several ways. In the resources that Shandy has put in that PDF, all the modules have been recorded by Nature Sunshine in a video format. So you could share those either in this group, you could email it to each person, would be a way to do it, or we do have them in PDF on the coach's porthole, and also Shandy put that link in that PDF. So you could also give it to them where they pull it up in PDF and read through it. So have them take a peek at the first module, and that way when you cover it next week, they've already seen it and their questions will be ready for you. Post the following information in your Facebook group. So helpful program tips, maybe 3 times a week, drop something in there. You can post the next meeting date and request participants to, ask them, do you have anyone that you would like to join our group? People can start anytime. You can just roll them right in like you did the first few people that you have in here. And modules in this can be made up later because they're already online for you. You can send reminders for the meeting date and to do their homework. You can post testimonials to reinforce the IN.FORM benefit. And you can review the next week's module and prepare to questions for the group. So that's what you do. You kind of see what they needed, where that group is going, and what avenue you need to take to get them there. Now the agenda. So week by week is going to go by, and either you're meeting with someone, through FaceTime one-on-one, either you're managing them in this group of people, or maybe you want to just give them a call every week, right? So you're going to go through meetings one by one. So you welcome them, ask how their week went, let them type in their comments there, verify that everyone reviewed the module, ask your prepared questions about that module, review key points communicated in the module, ask for questions and comments again, request each member to share how the program is working for them so far. It's been a week. Have you seen any results? Are you noticing any changes? How are you feeling? Emphasize these positive results and this progress. Write this down. Progress is perfection. Okay? This is lifestyle. So all these little habits have to be changed, and they're not going to happen overnight. So if someone went from drinking no water to drinking a glass of water, yay. Okay, awesome. Next time too. So you're just getting them to increase their healthy habits every single day, making today better than yesterday. So celebrate the progress. If you want to meet them in person, if that is an option, you can arrange a time and place to do the BioTracker readings. But if that's not an option, it's not an option, and it is not a deal breaker. Additional meeting agenda items. In Module 3, introduce how participants can get their products for free. That would be the SMART starting with them sending you referrals. Get 3 people to participate and buy a kit, and yours is free, that kind of information. In Module 11, you want to encourage everyone to take the Nature Sunshine assessment. That is found in the app. It is also found on the website. You can copy the link and add your account number so that if they go on there, they buy from there, they can get credit right to you. If you're confused on how to do that, again, Shandy has made it super convenient with putting that PDF. So if you haven't printed it out or found it on this webinar yet, click on there and there is a link on how to share that NSP assessment. Follow up individually and discuss the results of those assessments. Identify potential new coaches, module 11. Okay, you've had some people that have rocked the program, that have sent you a bunch of referrals, that have shared a lot in the group, and those could be new coaches for you. And conveniently, for the next couple of months, they get to do the online certification for half price. That's amazing. Maybe meeting separately and share with them the business model, healing, and income potential. So the people that do look like a new coach to you, set up some time outside of your group meeting to just talk business with them. All right, let's cover the BIOTRACKER metrics. So normal usage is in physical coaching, and you do it every week. In a virtual session where you're unable, you could to see them weekly. Maybe they could come to you once a month. If they can't, it is not a deal breaker. If they're very remote, that's not an option. You can manage their success, measure that with a measuring tape, with a regular scale, or just having them send a before or after picture weekly or monthly or whatever they'll agree to do, however they want to track their success. Because IN.FORM, we heal from that gut out. So they're going to feel better, and that can be a measurement of success. Their waist is going to drop and their pants are going to start to fall off. That can be a measurement of success. Their face is going to change and their head is going to become smaller. That's a measurement of success. So it doesn't have to have the BIOTRACKER to make virtual coaching completely compliant. You don't need that aspect. There's other ways to measure success. While this is happening, encourage them to share testimonies, how they're feeling, what their successes are. I had a couple come in last night, and through the holidays, 2 of them, Thanksgiving, Christmas, they've been doing very well. Their only complaint was that their pants keep falling down. So buy a belt already and enjoy it, right? So that's a measurement of success, and I love that they shared that with me, and how neat if they could share it with the group. Wonderful. Everybody wants their pants to fall off, right? Always make sure the individual has given permission and wants to share the results that they're getting, okay? So be respectful of people's privacy, of course. Keep it fun. Add a topical product to meeting agendas. So sometimes I might be diffusing an essential oil while I'm on camera, or sometimes I might be showing them how to use my new Instapot that I just love because it steams vegetables so wonderfully. I talk about essential oils. I talk about herbs that I need to bring in. I mean, it's January and cold and flu season is very, prevalent right now. So I talk about those herbs that we have as well. So it's like, don't miss out on your weight loss goals because you're too sick to be able to go to the gym because you caught the cold, so just change it up seasonally, change it up because we've been blessed with, 550 or more products to share with the people that are in our groups. And then work constantly to add new members to the group to build these testimonials. And you don't have to wait until a new group starts to benefit. And so that is the secret to this. Write this down or understand this thoroughly, okay? Because the success in this program, filling groups, is literally referrals. You cannot get referrals until you've coached someone. Okay? So it's okay if you're a brand new coach, or it's okay if you're a coach that just couldn't get started. You have to find one person. Give them your attention, put them through the paces, build that story. That's where you start to fill groups easier and easier and easier. Okay? So if you're lucky to start with 5 or 8 or a dozen, that might be scary and terrifying, but it's happened to one of my coaches before. You just go with it. By the grace of God, you just help the ones that come. one at a time, two at a time, a dozen at a time. And you build these stories and you share these stories and you let them bring their friends to you. Okay, this is definitely a referral-based business, but you cannot build a business until you've helped someone, and maybe that someone is yourself. So if you need to do this yourself and find that accountability partner and do it together, there's two stories right there, yours and your BFF, and together you're going to build an empire. But you've got to get started. You got to get past the fear. You got to learn by doing. And if your trouble was that you couldn't help people remotely, well, now we've got the solution that we've shared with you today.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Judy. That was fantastic. I think we all have learned some really great tips on how we can make that work. And like you said, just get started. I think a lot of times that's the hardest part, is just getting started. It doesn't have to be complicated. So yeah, we're getting some comments in. Robin Cook says, awesome tips. Thank you. So I've got a couple of questions, and for those of you that are on, if you have any others that you want to ask Judy, feel free to type those in right now and we'll address them. Okay, so this question is from Martha, and this is like back when we were talking about the good, better, best.
Mm-hmm.
So her question is, how do you help? She said, do you screen people at all as to whether or not they can digest the pea, soy, or handle the whey? Like, how do you help them select which protein option to go with? Is basically the question.
You know, I do get that question a lot, and when in doubt, I go with the pea, especially because we have it in vanilla and chocolate. So I always start there, like, do you prefer vanilla or chocolate? And that helps because pea comes in both. Pea is free from all allergens. And the only other holdup or question I have with pea for people is if they have an issue with texture. I mean, I do think the pea leaves a little grit behind. It is my favorite, and you always move the one that you like the most. Otherwise, if you know they've used a protein from another company before, usually it's whey. They're familiar with whey. Whey is kind of an easy lead-in, and that comes in vanilla and chocolate as well, and it's very smooth. But maybe there is a dairy intolerance or something like that there. When they are coming in on a different whey protein, I ask them, do you know where that cow comes from? Do you know how that product was produced? And they usually don't. So I let them know that ours come from grass-fed cows and that it's produced correctly so that the nutrients are still, in that product. And that usually helps them make that decision to switch from their whey onto our whey. You're not wrong with soy. If you do have a little more information about who they are, I love soy for people that are, menopause or older. If we have any estrogen issues, I think soy, I've seen it personally, lower estrogen in the body. I honestly have for myself and for my IN.FORM participants, and I have no fear of soy, but I know that soy has gotten a bad reputation years back. So if they're afraid of soy, you don't even have to go there because we have pea and we have whey. We're limited in soy just because it does only come in vanilla right now and not the chocolate. So I guess I always just start with pea because it's safe and it's easy and it has two flavors. That's probably my advice for you.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Judy. That's some really good insight on how you can pick that right protein for the right person. Okay, this question's from Jane, and when you were talking earlier about on Facebook where you can set things as private or public, can you go over a little bit like where you do that?
Yeah, so when you create your event in Facebook, so you're there, you hit the event button, and you're going to create a new event, it will have a little button at the top, and you kind of peek up there and it'll say private or public, and that's where you make that choice in events. When you're setting up a new group in Facebook, you hit the group button, it'll say create new group. there too will have a selection if you want that group to be open to the public or private, where people have to be invited into that group. So it's in Facebook when you're setting up that event or you're setting up that group that selection can be made.
Okay, awesome. Okay, this question's from Lori. She is wondering, well, her question is, so do you have the members review the module before each meeting?
Yeah, I do, but you don't have to. But for me, I've always taught this way from the very beginning, that I had them review the module, read ahead that module, or give them that module ahead of time so that they could have any questions ready for me when we got together the next week. It's not wrong to not do it that way. It just seemed more convenient that they were able to review the material and have their questions prepared.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. But like you said, there's no right or wrong way to do it. You just kind of need to try it out and see what works best for you.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So this is a question from Denise, and she's wondering, if, do you see any issues of somebody participating in IN.FORM if they are pregnant or nursing? I know we have to be a little careful there, but.
Oh, I can answer that question because we have that happen all the time. No, so what we do is, if it's not virtually, let's say it's a regular meeting. We've had pregnant people come, and we don't put them on the BIOTRACKER because their numbers are going to be all wonky because it's not really sure how to measure the mass of a baby in there, so we don't use that tool. But the IN.FORM food plan is beautiful for maintaining weight through pregnancy, because it's just clean eating, and we don't want mama eating a bunch of junk anyway. Maybe she could use a little extra fruit, or maybe she could use 1 serving of whole grains if she wants to put that in there, but that's perfectly fine, and our shakes are fine for her. The only thing I would not use is our berberine, just because of blood sugar balancing for her. So I would not use the berberine, and I wouldn't use any products that we have that contain caffeine. Now, if it's baby's born and mama joins, but she's still nursing, you can use the BIOTRACKER now because the baby is born. If she's still nursing the baby, I would also not use the berberine, or be very mindful of the baby to lose its appetite. So berberine's the only one that I would pull out of the program if I had a participant who is pregnant or nursing. And then any of our products that contain caffeine, I would not use those, while pregnant or nursing. Otherwise, IN.FORM is so wonderful for those women.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it definitely, it is that clean eating and giving the nutrients that our body needs that also the baby would need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is from Deborah. She said she already has a group set up where she shares info. Would you suggest that she set up a separate group when she does a virtual IN.FORM, or could it be in that existing group that she already has? I think she just shares like tips and information.
Okay, so I'm going to make some assumptions here, and maybe I'm wrong, but maybe she can type back in a little bit if I answer this incorrectly. But the group that she already has set up, if it is private, that would be ideal. And if it's people that she has already helped with IN.FORM. So if this is a group of her past participants and it's a private group, it'd be perfectly fine to add her new virtual people there and hold those meetings there, because it would just be review for her past participants. And maybe some that have, fallen off the wagon or not been ordering product for a while, maybe they would jump back in, and they do kind of benefit from, even though they're not, paying you again for coaching, they will still benefit from that coaching that you're providing for those new virtual people. So, it can definitely be a decision of hers to start a new group for her new paid participants if she wants, or just let those old ones benefit from it, maybe jump back in the game and start ordering products again as well. So I think if she's got it set up the way that I'm assuming, it could definitely work in the same group.
Okay, great. She did type back in and she said she can't remember if it's a private group. I'm trying to remember. I think you can change
Yes.
it from like a closed group to a private group, or I think you can adjust those settings around. Does that sound right to you, Judy?
It does, and that's exactly the word to use, Shandy, is settings. So she'll want to go to her group, and I think there may be a button there that says edit settings or review settings, and that's where she can take a peek and see how she's got that set up there. I will say I've got a large group of past participants and current participants in a group, and I'm always dropping my tips and tricks there. And whenever I'm teaching a new group, I share that information to all my participants just to keep them all, inspired. And if this works out for the best option ever, if this works out for people, when you teach live, if that could be recorded and shared into that group, you're killing two birds with one stone. And I'm kind of fortunate too, a space that I use to teach off campus, outside of my practice, I'm able to teach at a college. And there it's kind of neat because I'm teaching live people in the classroom, but we're also Zooming it to people that are unable to attend in person. So, if you have that capability, two birds, one stone, teach virtually and live at the same time and record it and share it, it just saves so much time and keeps everybody engaged. It's wonderful.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Okay, this question's from Deb. I'm not quite sure of the answer. I'll throw it out to you, and then if you're not sure, we can look into it. But okay. She had somebody ask her about lectins that are in pea protein. Wants to know
yes.
if those are taken out in the processing because I guess they can cause inflammation. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am. I taught an entire class on it because it became such a big topic because of some misinformation out there in the universe on the web. So I did teach an entire class on it, and I can kind of dig that up at some point. And I believe a lot of my information, was it Sylvia Rogers or Jay Vandelhuven? We have the most amazing team of educated presenters, I tell you. But not all lectins are bad, and I am not worried about the lectins that are naturally occurring in our pea protein. Where people need to cut out lectins is in processed foods, and lectins are absolutely everywhere, and you cannot avoid them all. So the answer is to increase the amount of polyphenols that you eat, which there is an abundance of polyphenols in the foods that are on our list for IN.FORM. So that little bit of lectin we're getting from the pea protein is being outweighed by all the polyphenols that they should be putting in through our IN.FORM food plan. And if they're really worried about it, I would hand them a bottle of Tygo or Nature's Noni, which is a loaded antioxidant and loaded with those polyphenols, and do an ounce of that every day and not worry about it. So where they need to cut the lectins is in the processed foods, and you're going to teach them to do that. If they're completely hung up about the lectins in the pea protein, well, good thing we've got a whey option as well.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
You were just the right one to answer that. I'm glad I learned something there myself. Okay, so Barb is wondering, when you do a Facebook Live, does it get recorded, and can you reshare it?
Yes, it does get recorded. It cannot be shared. If you recorded it in a private group, you cannot share it outside of that private group. It will not be able to be viewed. So if you do a Facebook Live, let's just say on your own personal wall, that can be shared. But if it's in a private setting, in a private group, then it is not able to be shared outside of the private group. Let's just say, Shandy, that I recorded one today in the private IN.FORM Coaches Forum, and you said to me, hey, could you send me that link to that? And I could send it to Shandy because she's in my group, and she could forward it through Facebook Messenger to other people inside of the group, but then it wouldn't be shared with people outside of the group. So it's kind of a yes and the no answer to that.
Okay, perfect. So just kind of depends where you post it. But if you do a Facebook Live on your own page, you could share it into the group. So if it's
yes.
So if it's something that applies to more than just your group, but you still want your group members to see it, that's a good way to do it as well.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So we've got through most of these, and I can answer this next one. Kelly is just wondering how she can re-listen to this webinar. I will get a recording uploaded to YouTube later this afternoon. So basically, there's kind of two places I share it. I'll put it out on the Facebook IN.FORM Coaches group this afternoon, and then we also have an email that will go out to all coaches that will have the link as well. And then Martha just shared like this really great motivational comment I wanted to share before we kind of move on to just a few housekeeping things. Martha said, just go for it, people. I've gotten more comfortable with Facebook, and now I have little fear of trying to do a meeting. Just do it. Thanks. This was awesome. So
good
Facebook
job,
really,
Martha.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And I've seen that she's posted some Facebook Live videos out there in the coaches group and has been using that. And it does take some of your fear out of it. If you're nervous to do an in-person meeting, start with a virtual one, and it will help you kind of build up your confidence. So it's awesome. All right, so let me just go through a few housekeeping slides, and then if we have any other time, we'll answer any additional questions that might come in. So Health to Your Home was a promotion that we launched in December, and it actually was really well received, even in that difficult time of year when people are busy with the holidays. There were still quite a few meetings held, and we had a lot of requests to continue it on in January. And so what we decided to do is just offer the Health to Your Home promotion through March. So we're going to kind of be doing Health to Your Home for Q1. So basically what this is you get a host. It could be a past participant, could be a friend, family member that has a gathering at their house. You bring your BIOTRACKER, do samples, and you're just introducing people to IN.FORM. So this is a really great way that you can help to fill your groups. Maybe you do a health to home meeting, and then you ask if they want to be plugged into your virtual IN.FORM group. It's a really great way to do that. We also have some really great incentives to go along with it to reward them for getting a gathering together at their house. So if they hold a meeting that has 7 or more people, they get a free Inspire Essential Oil, and then they can earn a good, better, or best kit depending on the total sales of everybody that attends at that meeting. So they can really get some awesome prizes by getting some people together at their home. And then you as the coach get some INspire points. So we're right here in the last little stretch of the INspire qualification for the Baltic cruise and also qualifying for convention. So for each of these meetings that you hold, you can get 25 INspire points, and then you can get up to an additional 50 extra based on the sales. So you could get 75 total for one meeting if you have over $1,000 in sales, not even including what you would get like from your bonus check. So benefits all around. And then the top 5 coaches with the most meetings and sales will win a trip to NFP headquarters. So we'll take you on a tour of our warehouse, of the lab, and all of that. Just one comment about the host. If they are not a member of NFP, we've had a couple people that have sent in groups where their host wasn't a member. For the incentives, we've had to just ship those directly to the coach. So just be aware, if your person doesn't sign up as a member, we're going to have to just ship the product to you to get to them. So they don't necessarily need to be a member in order to qualify, but that's just kind of how it's set up, that you'll just need to get that product to them. We also have a Start Your Group promotion for January, and this can count for virtual groups as well. Virtual groups are eligible for this promotion. So you need to have at least 5 people, and then you can receive a $50 product credit. Plus you'll get an IN.FORM swag box, and then you can earn additional product credits based on the sales. So some of you may wonder, how would you submit a group photo? You can maybe take a picture of your IN.FORM group on Facebook. Like of the screen, you could do a collage of the participants. All of those I will accept if you're doing a virtual group. Judy already mentioned the Good, Better, and Best program that we have running for January. So we have these kits are going to be available longer than just January, but we have some free items that are coming with these kits that are available just for January. So just be aware of that there's extra freebies if you or some of your participants order one of the Good, Better, or Best packs this month. And just the last thing I want to cover is IN.FORM Challenge. So we're doing things a little bit different for this beginning of the year. We've kind of had like an open enrollment type IN.FORM challenge, but we decided to do for the new year an IN.FORM challenge where we are all working on our goals together, because it's just that time of year where we're going to be working on our health goals. So I encourage all of you and your participants to join up with us on this. You need to register by January 20th, which is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. And so basically they need to be a member of Nature Sunshine. They need to submit their before picture and their measurements. And then they need to be on a weight management program with Nature Sunshine. So an average of $100 a month or $300 over the total period. So a Good, Better, or Best kit a month would definitely count for that. And then we have some really awesome prizes as part of this. So the first place person does receive $1,000 cash, plus like a photo shoot, a makeover, convention for 2, product credit. There's some really great prizes. And then you as the coach of this person will receive $500 in cash. And then we have some other great prizes for second and third. So you'll definitely want to get everybody enrolled in this so that they're eligible for the prizes, but also you are. And then everybody that does complete the challenge gets a $25 in Sunshine points that they can use on a future order. So really everybody benefits. Okay, I don't see that we have any other questions that have come in, and we're right about at noon. So we'll go ahead and wrap things up for today. Thank you so much, Judy, for coming on and really inspiring us and giving us the how-tos of how we can remove that roadblock and just get started with an IN.FORM group. So thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome.
And thanks to all of you for joining us today, and I hope you all have a great day, and keep us posted how your virtual groups go. We would love to hear about the successes that you have. We hope you all have a great day. Thanks so much.